Hi everyone, welcome to the Ecosystem Innovation video series. Today, doing our first follow-up with my friends at Accenture, where today we're going to talk a little bit more about UX and UI. That's the buzzword out there today, right? Simple, intuitive interfaces. Sometimes it gets made to seem too simple, right? You hear it everywhere. In fact, there's plenty of vendors out there who use this as a banner, and not only in procurement, but I mean, it's a buzzword, so everybody's hanging on to it. But what is a UX unless it caters for both the simplicity of a process, like buying for your average users in the business, but also the complexity of purchasing management within an organization, right? And then you've got to back that up with intelligence and content to manage that whole process effectively. Well, SAP created guided buying as the way to do that. And we achieve exactly that through the guided buying tool, which intuitively helps users navigate through the various buying channels, really providing content to your fingertips and the processes. But at the same time, it's got your purchasing operating model built into it. So your users are also buying compliantly, and it's lessening the stress on the operational procurement teams. The idea was to open purchasing to everyone. We want everyone to use the tool, we want everyone to buy through the tool, because that way, if they're buying compliantly, because of the way that the system works, and everybody's using it, it's increasing the adoption piece, and you're getting more accurate data to assist your buying decisions. But in the age of smart devices, there's still a lot that can be done. How do you lessen the clicks to achieve what you need? Because that's what we want to do. We want to make it super, super easy. How about your voice? We all use Alexa, Google, etc. in our homes today, and even Siri, etc. on our phones. Let me introduce my friend, Paula Jorge Fuentes from Accenture, looks after the procurement organization across EMEA, to talk about how Accenture have added capabilities to manage this process. Hi, Pablo. Welcome. Thank you again.
Hey, Mo. Thank you very much. Thanks for the invitation. Really happy to be here with you today. So, right, you are totally right. The industry, the society has changed over the last years with the mobility capabilities and with the cognitive technologies. So, artificial intelligence, advanced analytics, machine learning, and so on and so forth. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to bring these changes that are happening or has happened already on the society into each company. So how the users, how the end users can have this kind of similar user experience that we have when we buy things through our smartphone, on Amazon, on other platforms. So this is the whole goal that we have, and we have invested a lot of time and effort on this. And just to give you an example, how the user experience can be that influential on our organization. If you want to increase your savings in a company, you need to increase your compliance, you need to increase your transparency, and you will increase that through the user adoption of a solution. And how you can achieve that? Increasing your user experience. And this is what we have done in Accenture with the innovation that we are going to talk about today.
Okay, great. Yeah, for me, like as I was saying in the introduction, I think for me, the consequence has always been that if you don't have your spend under control, and there's, and people are finding it difficult, you just don't have the right level of transparency. You don't have the data. And if you don't have that, then how can you manage your suppliers more effectively without going through the overheads of all of the different reporting areas that you may have to look at? And at the end, money is leaking out of the business, right? So how's Accenture handle this challenge?
Yeah, so what we have done, first we typically propose to have this core model established in Ariba. So your strategic sourcing suite plus the guided buying, which by definition already increase the user experience. Then on top of that, we have built an intelligent chatbot that interacts with the users and gives relevant information, but also helps them on the day-to-day activities. Actually, you will have the capability to do transactions from the chatbot into the Ariba, and this is a big improvement that we have done. And we call it Paula, which is called a Procurement Automatic Learning Assistant. And we are really happy to expand and to extend this to many different companies.
Okay, so I know we've got a video that we can show. So how about we run the video and then we can maybe go into a bit more detail.
For businesses, it has become essential to digitally transform day-to-day activities in order to streamline procurement processes and stay ahead in the industry. As procurement specialists, completing mundane tasks takes way too much time. You have to wait for the system to load the information you need, manually track down requisitions, and verify data every single day. Organizations need to transform their tasks into value-added work. Meet Paula, your procurement automated learning assistant. With Paula, you can now enjoy a more intuitive buying experience and a faster way to get reliable information from your SAP Ariba landscape. She is assistive. She can help search catalogs in Ariba and look up or check the details of requisitions, from approvals and escalations to follow-up documents. She is intelligent. With simple queries, you can easily get answers to frequently asked questions related to the procurement process. She is conversational. You can talk to Paula by typing a message or talking through the voice chat mode.
I want to view PR costs.
Now, you can focus on more strategic activities. The cost of procurement is reduced, risk of error is minimized, and compliance is improved. Bring this tool into your existing system and add this chat capability. With Paula, you can enjoy a faster, smarter, and more intuitive buying experience. Meet the face of future procurement. Meet Paula. To learn more, visit our website.
Right, that was great, Pablo. I think that we've got a little bit of an overview from the video we've just shown. But why don't we make it real, right? I mean, how does this actually work in your everyday life, right? I mean, let's talk about that so that the viewers get a better understanding of what it actually does.
Yeah, so Paula at the end is a chatbot, can be inherited into Ariba or could be as set up as a tail, so you can access through different ways. And it has certain capabilities. If I start with the first one, and the basic one is the frequently asked questions. So Paula, what we'll do is we'll answer the questions that a casual user or a professional user will have. For instance, to follow a specific sourcing process. So which steps do I need to do? Or which buying channel do I need to use for this particular category? So Paula at the beginning will start helping the users to take the right steps. This is the main, the first and main capability, right?
Right. Okay, so that's basically, I mean, number one, that's great because it really helps you change management because you're not having to go through either a user manual or look at videos or call somebody. You've got it at your, with your voice, right? I was about to say fingertips, but it's more than fingertips. So, so that's great, right? I mean, but does it also help with things like the actual creation of a requisition?
Yeah, and this is the next level of capabilities that we believe are really changing the game and are really expediting the business. I mean, you can create requisitions from the chatbot, so that the chatbot is not just to talk, but it's also to talk and to interact with Ariba. So you can create a requisition and you can order from the chatbot, and the chatbot will go into Ariba and will order for you. And in the same way, you can check also the status of your orders. You can say, okay, Paula, give me the status of my requisition. Then you will know if that's approved, if it's not approved, if it's received already, if it's invoiced. So it will give you certain information that to get that, you will need to enter into the system and start, clicking here, clicking there, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so that's more around, again, it's reducing the burden on the procurement operations team, right? So that users just get access to it. I mean, you can go into the tool, you can go into Ariba to do this, but again, it's why log in and click the buttons when you can just use your voice?
Correct. And that's the point. I mean, you can type things, but you can even talk to the chatbot, and you can even, get more the user experience into another level. Yeah.
And what about approvals? Because I mean, naturally, that's another big area that we end up focusing on, both as an approver and as a person who's ordered or trying to order something.
Correct. And the approvals is the classical one that every procurement organization has, on the top of the list. I mean, when you have certain responsibility, you need to approve certain documents, right? And typically, you need to go to Ariba or to SAP, or you might receive an email through a workflow, and you need to check what is pending from your approval. And if you don't approve, then something is stopping the business. So what we are trying to do is to ensure that nothing is stopping the business, facilitating this approval to the end user. So you can ask Paula, tell me all the documents are pending from my approval. This is through the single sign-on. So she will detect your authorizations and what do you need to approve. And then from Paula as well, you can even approve or reject if you have the information. But also you can jump from the chatbot from Paula into Ariba to get or to understand more information, take the right decision, and approve there. No, so we think that this is a really improvement on the end-to-end procure-to-pay cycle.
Okay, and in guided buying, I mean, one of the other things that I guess for me is a really important piece of it, but we can also act as a blocker sometimes, is we have all of the procurement policies built into guided buying, but there are sometimes things that you want to purchase that fall foul of those policies. So does Paula also help us manage that? So as a user, if I'm getting blocked and then I need to contact multiple people, does Paula also help manage exemptions?
Yes. And that's also a very good point. I mean, I think guided buying made the biggest step, by the way, with the policies functionality. I mean, this is super critical to increase compliance. Now, what we have done is this symbiosis between Paula and guided buying to aggregate this capability for exceptions. So if you are trying to buy something that is not under a policy, you would be able to reach the policy responsible from Paula, send a specific predefined email, and ask for permission or review of the policy, and ask at least if you are allowed to buy something that in theory through the policy was not allowed. No? So here again, compliance and efficiency is what we are trying to do.
That's great. A lot of what we've just talked about has been purchase to pay, right? I mean, we focused a lot on purchase to pay, but does Paula also, tackle the rest of the procurement areas? Are there any other bits that it focuses on? Yeah,
so Paula primarily, as you said, is integrated with guided buying, so the procure-to-pay cycle, but it also has integration with the strategic sourcing suite and with processes related to supplier enablement, supplier management, supplier onboarding. So we have the capability to qualify suppliers, or set as a preferred supplier a specific one, and so on and so forth. So the message is that Paula is super integrated with the procure-to-pay, but we have also a deep integration with the source-to-contract activities. And we are even expanding those capabilities to facilitate the end-to-end procure-to-pay or source-to-pay cycle.
Great. Okay. And naturally, because it's built on intelligent technologies, it's based on machine learning and AI, does Paula learn, or is it a static?
Correct. So what we have done is we have built Paula in the SAP Cloud platform. fully integrated with Ariba, and we added some machine learning and artificial intelligence capabilities so that she can learn and she can improve the quality of her answers over the time, based on the feedback and these capabilities.
That's cool. That's cool. Anything else that is special about Paula that we haven't covered yet?
Well, I think as a summary, what we can say is that Paula is as a colleague that you might have in your organization that will do the redundant activities or the non-value added tasks that the typical user has to do on daily basis. And at the end, the goal is to help the companies to be more efficient and to help them to focus on more value added activities. If we can summarize what's the goal of Paula.
Brilliant. Thank you. For me, Paula isn't just a chatbot. I mean, everybody talks about chatbots, but I find it really exciting because I think Paula is a lot more than that. So thank you for giving us the overview and the information on Paula. If anybody wants to know more about it, you can contact either myself or Pablo directly, and we can help you with further information. But this isn't the only video that we're going to do with Accenture. This is the first of a series. So we've done Paula today, but we're also going to be covering 3 more. So Supply 360 Insights, which is a supply digital assistant, really looks at the supplier onboarding process and how it can make that more efficient. Procurement Live, Procurement Live Insights, which is focused on operational procurement management, so shared services centers or procurement centers where you can look at and manage transactions across the business. And then my favorite is a strategic sourcer, which is again using intelligence to help buyers manage their categories more efficiently and use data to effectively drive the right business decisions across those categories. So Pablo, thank you once again. Really appreciate your time, and I look forward to doing more videos with you.
Thanks to you, Mo. My pleasure to be here with you.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Speak again soon. Bye-bye.